Hey everybody, welcome back. Dr. Zeke here, pharmacist and adult sleep coach. And today we are talking about creating a place to rest. How should your bedroom environment be to where it is very conducive to sleep and rest? So without further ado, let's talk about your bedroom. Just kind of giving you an overview. We're going to talk about light tips and tricks that I do around my house to really set the mood. Why noise can really wake you up. And then also temperature and sleep. How is that a big factor when it comes to waking you up? And then, of course, sleep distractors, stressors, things that we need to get out of our bedroom so it doesn't cause issues with us sleeping. So, when it comes down to it, basic overview of my bedroom is typically in these 5 little steps. You have your light rules, your noise disturbances, trying to kick those out, temperature fluctuations, eliminating distractions and stressors, and then, of course, can we create some kind of scented garden in our bedroom that allows for better brain cognition? And I'll tell you why with a study that I saw just the other day. Now, when it comes to light rules, typically you want your bedroom 8 out of 10 when it comes to darkness. So 1 being the lightest that you can imagine and 10 being total pitch black darkness. You want to be 8 out of 10. Now, when it comes down to it, I typically will use some form of blackout blinds. Or if you don't have blackout blinds and temporarily you just want to use something, you can get those black tarps at Home Depot or aluminum foil and just kind of tape the edges of your windows. But with that, I typically have some temporary blackout blinds that I use, and you can get customized ones. But I put a link there on my Amazon page so you can kind of check out the items that I typically refer over to my clients. And there is an affiliate link to it. So without no cost to you, I do get a small commission if you decide to purchase those. Now, when it comes down to it, when I'm traveling, I hate looking at the little lights that are on everything. So I usually will have some black electric tape and scissors with me, and I'll cut little circles and be placing them all over these things because the last time I slept, there was a fire alarm that had a bright green light directly onto my face, and so I had to cover that up. Now, also, there is different types of sleep masks. I found the sleep mask with the outline is a little bit better. You want to find the ones that breathe, so I don't usually keep them too tight. They're really great for naps too, so I typically will have a sleeping mask. And there's another one that I put down there for individuals that like a weighted sleep mask. These are weighted by gemstones. It's by Therasage. I really like them, especially when I'm using it with my PMF mat, really getting all that all around grounding effect as well. Now, when it comes to the noise, I really am thinking, how do I make this as um, block out as much noise as possible. And typically you want to use something of white noise. You got to think of white noise like white light. It has all the array of lights, whereas white noise has all the array of sounds. So really helping to block out things that can just kind of creep in. With the white noise, I typically use a brand called the Dohm, Dohm, or Lectrofan. Lectrofan has a speaker on it, so it can be amplified a lot louder, where the domes you have to turn it certain ways to get certain pitches and loudness and things like that. In addition to that, I do have a large fan facing away from me, typically between the windows in my bedroom. And then if that all else fails, you can always go with earplugs. I like to use earplugs when it comes to nap, where I'm not moving around a lot. I'm just in one stationary position. So earplugs can be very beneficial. And then lastly, there's some special earbuds that give you kind of binaural beats. There's a brand called Oslo. I'm not affiliate with them, but I know a lot of specialists that do use binaural beats by Oslo. It's kind of high price. I'd rather get some of the earbuds and then put on some binaural beats from an app or something to try that first before I go splurge into something very specific to that. Now, when we talk about temperature, this is probably one of the most important things. Like sound and temperature, your body goes through stages of sleep, stage 1 to stage 3, then it goes into REM sleep, and then it gets right back out into stage 1. And stage 1 is typically your lighter stage sleep. You're probably in it between 5, 10, 15 minutes, just depending on you. But typically when there's a temperature fluctuation, maybe it's a little bit higher, or maybe you hear noise that is just different. You might find yourself waking up just for no reason. Most of us go back to bed unless it's something uncomfortable or really new, especially with noises. You hear a door slam and the doors are not supposed to be slamming at that time of night, you're going to be up. Now, when it comes to temperature, I want you to think about in research, they typically will recommend 61 to 67 degrees. In my house, that's pretty cold. So I typically will go to a temperature that I'm very comfortable with. So typically 69 is my comfortable temperature, and I'll minus 1 degree. So I sleep in 68 degrees. Others might want 61 to 67 because they can really bundle up. But if you're finding yourself very hot, and this is not conducive to really deep quality sleep, you might want to think about fabrics that kind of hold in heat. So flannel, fleece, wool, microfibers, faux fur, anything polyester or that satin weave. Those can be very much close knitted fabrics that hold on to the heat, especially with the flannel. It's just very fuzzy, so it's there to hold the heat in. When it comes to mattresses, think of your traditional memory foam type mattresses, as those are very much thick and dense and therefore designed to really trap heat and cause your body to heat up. Now, when I'm looking at breathable fabrics, I'm thinking of cotton, typically lower than 400 and below when it comes to their thread count, linen, bamboo, and then you can also get breathable mattress pads. One that I really like, just try to stick with natural fibers, natural wool, and things like that. So that way it allows it to breathe in. And believe it or not, natural latex is also a good fiber or fabric that allows a lot of breathability, but it's natural, not the synthetic latex. So when it comes down to clutter, I mean, we really have to eliminate distractions by getting rid of all your unfolded clothes, files, anything that looks like work that you have to do and you think about. We really want to get rid of it. Your emails, your computers, your phones, those are not in the place where your mind is able to deactivate and relax. So that's the one thing that I really want to take out of the bedroom. And as we hear so much, televisions, well, I can fall asleep with the television on, but is it quality sleep? I'm really trying to eliminate the blue light, but also the interference that it has with our brain. When we think about TV, anytime it's there, it is begging to be turned on. And when we turn it on, we often switch to something that allows us to think and really gives our bedroom that anti-relaxation, anti-calmness that we really need when it comes to falling asleep. So lastly, I want to just kind of talk to you guys about aromatherapy. This is a cool little research. I listed down here for you all. But what it showed was having different smells at night can improve cognition and neural functioning. They basically just used a diffuser for 2 hours at bedtime, and they used a variety of essential oil smells. And just remember, if you're going to do essential oils, go with the organic essential oils so we can minimize any chemicals, pesticides, and other things that gets input into the plant when it's growing, and therefore we can minimize that. But the ones that they use are right here: rose, orange, eucalyptus. My favorite, lavender, rosemary, lemon. Those are always great to smell in your bedroom. Kind of keeps that fresh smell of flowers and other things. So go ahead and try that. 2 hours every night on your diffuser. I have a link there if you want to check out a diffuser that I use by Therasage. It's very easy to use. You just open it up. You clean out your essential oils, and once you're done, you put it in, drop it in there, cover it up, turn it on, and I put a little piece of black tape right there. Well, I hope that was helpful for you. If you have any questions, please like, comment, follow for more, so we can keep these videos rolling. And like I said, down below are the items that I recommend to my clients anytime I'm working with somebody and they're asking for tips and tools that can really help speed up their sleep progression. But if there's any questions, like I said, shoot them down below. I'm Dr. Zeke Medina, pharmacist and adult sleep coach. Y'all have a great day.